स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Om Sai Ram, brothers and sisters. I am giving you a video explaining how we can find our own reality. Satya Sai Baba was emphasizing to know the reality of ourselves instead of talking about the worldly affairs. It is always better to know the own reality. For knowing the own reality, we have to go deep within our own self. So, Baba says, by which power of love the earth does rotate without axle or bearing? By which power of love do the stars remain in the sky without falling on the earth? By which power of love do the oceans confine themselves to the limits without inundating the earth? By which power of love does the wind god blows cool breeze in all the worlds? That mighty power of love is verily the Atmic power. That power of love is most wonderful, unique, and all pervasive. The entire creation is permeated with love. So, this is the translation of a Telugu poem. Embodiments of love. Man need not undertake any special sadhana to visualize the all pervading truth. We call God by different names like Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara. These are the names given by man to God based on some imaginary forms. But who has actually perceived these forms? None so far. There is only one power in the world which is all pervasive. That is the power of love. It is only by love our human society is formed. There can be no humanity without divinity. It is only when man establishes contact with the divinity to some extent he can acquire a little of that divine power which is omnipotent. Embodiments of love. In fact, all modes of powers are immanent in Manavatva, that is humanness itself. It needs no special agent to vest it with any extra powers. The divine power fully manifests itself in a human beings. Human power cannot function without the help of divine power. There are four Mahavakyas in the Vedas, namely Tattvamasi, that thou art, Prajanam Brahma, constant integrated awareness is Brahma, I am Atma Brahma, this Atma itself is Brahma, and Aham Brahmasmi, I am Brahma verily. The essence of these Mahavakyas is further explained in the Upanishads and Bhagavad Gita. But man is getting deluded as he is unable to understand the import of these Mahavakyas. He is not only able to he is not able to realize divine power which in fact is in own self. The divinity in humanity expresses itself as Shakti Tattva energy. Today man is striving to acquire several powers and make use of them for getting relieved of his sorrows and sufferings. In fact, these sorrows and worries are the stepping stones to divinity. Man should not give too much importance to these worries. If one analyzes carefully what is there in human existence which does not cause worry, man's life from birth to death is full of worries. I often quote a poem to describe this fact. To be born in a worry, to be on this earth is a worry. The world is a cause for worry, and death too. The whole of childhood is a worry, and so is the old age. Life is a worry, failure is a worry, all actions and difficulties cause worry. Happiness too is in a mysterious worry. So, this is the translation of a Telugu poem. Embodiments of love. Some people say they had the vision of the divine in their dream. Some others say they had it in their meditation. Yet others declare they had seen God through their Jnana Netra, eye of wisdom. Most of these claims are the result of man's delusion. They are not real. Some people claim to have seen God in their dreams. Where, where is dream? Where is God? In fact, dream experience itself is not real. It is only an illusion. They are deluded to think that way. The day man gets rid of the delusion, he will acquire divine power. Hence, everyone should come out of such illusion. Some sit in meditation and think they are contemplating on somebody. Some others claim to have seen some effulgence in their meditation. What is meditation? It means ekagrata, concentration on the inner vision of the Omni Self. It is visualizing a drishya scene in a state of absolute stillness of the body and mind free from illusion. But wherever a man is, there is his mind as well. There is no place in this world without the mind being present. The mind is all pervasive. It is said the mind alone is the cause for bondage as well as liberation. We say we are happy. Where does this happiness come from? Certainly, it is not from outside. It wells up from one's from one's own heart. The nature of the mind is chanchala, fickleness. This fickleness is in our own nature. It has not come from outside. And relationship and relationships we maintain in the objective world are only illusory. Supposing you marry a girl, from then on you maintain a man and wife relationship with her. Even prior to the marriage, both of you were existing in the world, but this relationship was not there. From the moment you both are married, you think she is related to you. Thus, it is a mental relationship, embodiments of love. Even Maya, delusion, is associated with love. You do not find anything in this world devoid of the love. Love is in everything in this world. All relationships between people in this world are established and cultivated on account of love. Again, love becomes the cause for separation of two individuals. There are several types of sadhanas in this world. Brahma sadhana, coming out of delusion, is one such. In fact, Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara cannot be visualized in your sadhana, meditation, etc. What all you see in your meditation are only reflections of your feelings. Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara are not really existing in this world. They are only your imaginary forms. What really exists in the world is Manavtva, humanness. unable to believe the humanness that is present right in front of your eyes. If you contemplate on divine nature, how can you find it? The name and form that you attribute to divine names Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara are not real. They are only a mirage born out of your delusion. Everything is contained in the human being. You are Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara, and every conceivable name and form attributed to divinity. When you begin to believe that you are everything, there can be no cause for any kind of worry. When you are able to realize Aham Brahma, Aham Vishnu, Aham Iswara, I am Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara verily, there is no scope for any doubt. All these names and forms are product of your own imagination. There is no power greater than humanness in this world. Embodiments of love. You say that Swami appeared in your dream last night. This is not correct. I do not appear in anybody's dream. When you intentionally desire that Swami must appear in your dream and constantly think of the same, that intense desire will assume a form in your dream. God does not assume a form or change into another form. Some people think that God is angry with them. This presumption is also not correct. God has neither love towards somebody nor anger towards another. All these presumptions are of your own making. You attribute anger or other feelings to God. Instead of you live in your constantly, you will not find anger in others. In fact, love is your true form. Man is born out of and brought up with love. Not only human beings, but every living creature experiences love right from its birth. There is no force more powerful than love in their world, in this world. No power on earth can change love. Do not get deluded by the thought that you have acquired this power and that power. All these are only illusions. Bharma. Bharma is not Brahma, nor can Brahma be equated with Bharma. Bharma means doubt, embodiment of love. What is meant by Divyatma? It means divine Atma. Atma is nothing but consciousness, and that consciousness is all pervading. You do not find a place where there is no consciousness. Consciousness is omnipotent. There is one aspect to be borne in mind in this context. Consciousness is movable, but we are deluded to think that it is static. In fact, the real power is within you only. That is Atma Shakti, Atmic power. We have already known that Atma is consciousness. Therefore, Atma Shakti is Chaitanya Shakti, power of consciousness. This is all pervading. This enables you to witness different forms. The immense power in humanness is divine in nature. It confers peace and happiness. You may think that divine power is some special power. It is not true. Your own power of contemplation assumes the form of divine power. Therefore, first and foremost, you realize your own innate divine nature. All that is written in the books or read by you are not in fact true. There are some kinds of power where are, which are temporary. They are not eternal. Such transient powers should not delude one. You are learning the Vedas. Every sound that emanates from the Vedas emerges from the navel only. We are experiencing the sound emanating from our own navel. Supposing you go to a hill and shout, "Oh, the Sound comes back to you as a resound. Similarly, good and bad emanates from you only. They do not come from elsewhere and get into you. Embodiments of love. For example, you go on repeating loudly a particular sentence taken from a book. After some time, you will get it by heart. But the sentence memorized by you is not yours. It is only a resound. In God's creation, everything is reaction, reflection, and resound. And that we experience in the outside world is only a reaction, reflection, and resound of the inner being. We are, however, deluded to think that this reaction, reflection, and resound are real ones. Whatever feeling comes out of your heart and takes a shape outside is the real form. It means that that form had already been conceived by you. Supposing you imagine a particular form for Lord Rama, then contemplate on that form closing your eyes. You can visualize the same form as a reflection of your own inner thoughts. All that is manifested in the outside world is only a reaction, reflection, and resound of your inner being. Embodiments of love. You, you yourself are Rama, Krishna, Ishvara, etc. You think that you are Ishvara and contemplate on that form. You will become Ishvara verily. Yad bhavam tad bhavati. As you think, so you become. Similarly, you think that you are Rama, Krishna, etc., and you will become Rama and Krishna. Today, people sit in meditation. It is only for developing concentration, not with a view to contemplate on God. People mistake concentration for meditation. This is not a correct method. All these exercises are reaction, reflection, and resound. Only you are real, you are the truth. You are able to visualize God only in human form. Man cannot conceive or visualize anything greater than Him. You are everything, and everything in creation is immanent in you. Unfortunately, man today is forgetting his real nature and is imagining something which does not exist. This is the result of delusion, which in fact is of his own making. It is only when man comes out of this illusion that he will be able to realize Brahma, embodiments of love. Love is most important factor. If you pray to God with intense love and devotion, your prayers will be certainly be answered. Such is the power of love. Devoid of love, nothing can be achieved even in this mundane world. Love is God. Li- Live in love. The whole world becomes a vacuum without love. That love alone assumes a form. Realize this truth. You sit in your so called meditation and try to forget yourself through imaginary experiences. If you forget yourself, how can you visualize the truth? Constantly live in the awareness I am God, I am everything, and I am the reality. All forms are subject to change. For example, an infant at the time of birth will be small in size, then it will grow into a child, a boy, youth, and old person. In all these different stages of life, man alone is the reality. All are ones be alike to everyone. This is the lesson one must try to learn. Embodiments of love. Let the flame of your love be steady, not flickering. There is no greater sadhana than love. That is the spiritual practice you have to adopt. That is the divine practice. Divinity is omnipresent. You have to realize that omnipresent divinity within you, your own self, It is present in all the three states of consciousness, namely dream, wakeful, and deep sleep state. One has to strive to experience that divinity constantly, that is Prajnam Brahma. Constant integrated awareness is Brahma, that is Sakt Sakshatkara, vision of divinity, an experience which transcends all the three states of consciousness, embodiments of love. You are worshipping several forms of divinity. However, you cannot afford to forget your own innate divinity. In fact, you yourself are ascribing umpteen numbers of times and forms to divinity, but divinity is only one which is changeless. That is changeless, eternal divinity is immanent in you. All external forms and names are like fleeting dreams, and these dreams are not real. Hence, strive to come out of that bharma, that is delusion. It is only when you come out of that bharm, you will be able to realize Brahma. You have witnessed something in your dream. What is it? It is your own self, nothing other than that. You are visualizing your own self in the dream state. You, your real nature is love. Hence, you manifest your real nature. There are several aspects which you have to learn in future. What is future? Future is uncertain past. Past is past only, present is what matters. Both past and future are contained in the present. You alone are present in all the three, past, present, and future, embodiments of love. Divine powers and divine manifestations are immanent in the human being. They are not to be sought from elsewhere. By constant sadhana, man can realize this truth. Your reality is in your own self, not elsewhere. In order to visualize that reality, one has to turn his vision inward. Reaction, reflection, and resound, all the three are existing in your own self. They are not external. Supposing you have a brother who earned a good name and fame, who is he? He is your brother. He represents a particular form. From where did this form come? It came from reality, and that reality, his true nature. Thus, a form that manifested from reality deludes us from visualizing the reality itself. Dear students, if you wish to understand certain aspects more clearly, I will explain in greater detail after some time. The kind of meditation you are doing is not correct. You are keeping one form in your mind and contemplating on that. Where did this form come from? It is of your own making. You are deluded to think that God is confined to only this form. Thus, right from the beginning, you are with a deluded belief. If only you come out of this delusion, can you visualize the truth? Do not ever be under the illusion that God is somewhere in a distant place. You are, in fact, God verily. Your own form is divine. Your bliss is divine. Your reaction, reflection, and resound are divine in nature. Never deviate from the firm faith that you are God. Always contemplate on one aspect. Aham Brahmasmi, I am Brahma. What is the meaning of the Mahavakya? Tattvam Asi, that thou art. Tat is that, Tvam is this. Together they become Asi. They become one. Thus all these four Mahavakyas, Tattvamasi, Prajnam Brahma, Ayam Atma Brahma, and Aham Brahmasmi lead you to the same truth that you are God verily. Adi Sankara had expounded and explained this great Advaita philosophy in ever so many ways and ultimately merges himself in that great truth. Thus, reality is not somewhere in distant place, it is within you. Your very nature is reality. How can you realize this truth? O- Only by cultivating pure, selfless, and divine love. Without love, nothing can be achieved in this world. Love is the source and sustenance for the entire universe. Love is God, and God is love. Embodiments of love. All of you are embodiments of divinity. Your forms are divine. You and God are one. You are not different from God. Experience this unity. Ekam Sat, truth is one. Unity is truth. Unity is divinity. God is not separate from you. God is manifest in you. Unfortunately, you are forgetting this truth. If you forget your own nature, it amounts to forgetting everything else. Never forget your reality. Without forgetting that reality, meditate on it. Always remember one fact. Wherever I am always divine. Hold on to this firm belief steadfastly. That is the truth contained in the Mahavakya Tattvam, the inseparable and non-dual nature of divinity. Do not be under the illusion Rama has appeared in my dream, Krishna has appeared in my dream, Swami has appeared in my dream. This is a sign of ignorance. All these are dreams only. How can a dream be called a reality? The way the very word dream explains its nature. As long as you are in sleep, this experience may be true. The moment you wake up, the experience vanishes. Embodiments of love. Keep your love securely. Never give up love under any circumstances. There is no God other than love. Love is God verily. Love is your path and goal. Never deviate from this path of love. If you find any difficulty in treading this path, or if you have some doubts to get clarified, I am always there to help you. Try to reduce your doubts. These doubts will lead you to delusion. Always get yourself firmly established in the truth, Tatvamasi, that thou art. It is a mistaken idea to think that this form has visualized that form of divinity for you and God are not separate. Brahma is very much immanent in this body. Brahma and Aham are one and the same. Undertake sadhana to realize the oneness of these two. That is the pathway to God. If you wish to meditate on God, never allow your thoughts to be disturbed by worldly objects. You meditate on your own real nature, which is divinity. In that divinity, everything else is content. If you thus meditate on your own innate divinity, you will realize your unity with the divinity. In fact, that unity is divinity. The four Mahavakya, Tattvamasi, Prajnam Brahma, Aham Brahmasmi, and Ayam Atma Brahma are Vedic declarations which emphasize the oneness of the individualized soul and the supreme soul. They exhort the individualized soul to realize this truth. Therefore, one has to strive to attain that state of unity. As you gradually progress in that sadhana, you will ultimately reach that goal. Suppose you want to learn the spelling of a word, just think how many times you will be repeating that spelling. In the same way, you must set out on this path of sadhana. This is a sacred sadhana. Is you If you are able to know the true meaning of these Mahavakyas, you will be able to realize the truth. So, my dear Sai brothers and sister, Baba, every sentence was Brahmavakya. Baba was a living Veda. Baba's every utterance was. Brahma Vidya and Atam Vidya. Dear friends, please share these videos because my aim is to spread the philosophy of our Lord and beloved Satya Sai Baba. Satya Sai Baba was a Mahayogi, a Maharishi, an avatar. What you call everything is in one unity. That was our beloved Satya Sai Baba. And do not think Baba has gone. Baba is very much present. If you visualize, contemplate on these teachings of Baba, you will realize that Baba is within your own self. Baba resides in your Hriday. Baba resides in your spiritual heart. So, dear friends, please share these videos to your friends, relatives, and all, and they should know that Baba was himself Brahma Vidya and Atam Vidya. Please subscribe my channel and share these videos to your friends. Om Shanti Shanti. Jai